moving that jab up and down. And then when you go downstairs, take that downstairs, come up with the left hook. It's gonna be open, because it's gonna fall down into it. Anytime you jab down low, just keep trying to come over the top.
Like you could say, hey, you know what? I can't beat that Mayweather style. I was too young, but look, I did it now against Crawford.
I forget Mayweather a long time ago. This is different for me, you know? I lost that day, and that's it. I learned a lot.
You liking Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was young.
Canelo Alvarez has fired back, and this time, it's personal. After hearing that Terence Crawford sparred with Floyd Mayweather during camp, Canelo was quick to respond. In his eyes, this isn't just preparation, it's provocation. Canelo feels Crawford has crossed a line with what he sees as repeated disrespect. He believes Crawford is deliberately trying to undermine his legacy, make him look weak, and question his relevance. This fight isn't just business anymore, Canelo warned, it's personal now.
A little bit about that, did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
From Terence Crawford's point of view, the Canelo hype doesn't hold up. He's been vocal about what he calls the overrated nature of Canelo's resume. Crawford argues that many of the big names on Canelo's record, like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, and Sergey Kovalev, were past their prime when they faced him, and the one active legend they both share. Floyd Mayweather, who dominated Canelo with ease, Crawford believes that alone shatters the myth of Canelo's superiority. He also feels insulted by Canelo's dismissive comments toward his own accomplishments. Canelo downplays the quality of my opposition just to diminish what I've done, Crawford said, but make no mistake, he's not backing down.
About Canelo's resume, but I won't, you know. I wanna, you know, pay homage to the fighters that he fought, and if he don't wanna pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he think they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
Eddie Hearn, who has promoted Canelo extensively, admits the obvious: Canelo has the natural size advantage, but he's not counting Crawford out. Crawford's confidence and focus are dangerous, even for someone like Canelo. Hearn said, belief and mindset can change outcomes in boxing. Hearn believes Crawford's discipline, ring IQ, and control of distance and rhythm could help close the size gap, and while physicality matters, Hearn sees a real possibility for an upset, if Crawford can stay sharp and stay smart.
For him, like, not against him, sorry, for him, like, he's so, I think he has no doubt that he beats Canelo Alvarez.
Of course.
I really like Terence Crawford, I think he's a great fighter, but I have to say, like, tell me his major significant wins.
Well, obviously Errol Spence.
Yeah, but
right?
come on.
No, but he beat a guy who was in the top 5 pound for pound, and he destroyed him. That's really never happened.
No, I agree.
History.
I agree. I mean, look, he was coming off, you know, some eye problems, but
nobody was saying that when he was beating.
But we're giving that credit.
And Ugas.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
That's a big win.
No,
now,
okay. Keep going.
Your guy from the UK, who he stopped him, what, in the 5th round, was it?
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook.
Finished by then. Yeah, go on, keep going.
Okay, he stopped somebody that nobody's ever really can hurt.
Well,
Sean Porter.
I mean, yeah, but that was about 8 years before, and Errol Spence.
That wasn't. What do you mean?
Yeah, when he beat Sean Porter.
No, that was in 2023.
Who?
Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter.
No, I'm talking about Kell Brook against Sean Porter.
No, I was talking about Bud. I'm not talking about that. Yeah. But he stopped him. Nobody's ever able to really hurt Sean.
By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
that was a great win.
Like an open
and he didn't have a lot of names at 140, but Postal and all those guys, those are good fighters. They weren't big names. Just like Bam, he doesn't have the great. He doesn't have a whole lot of great names. Just like
Strada.
In a way, yeah, he does have two great fights. But in a way,
by the way, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Doesn't have a bunch of
John Ryder, who recently went 12 hard rounds with Canelo, knows better than most just how punishing Canelo can be. Canelo's physical presence is overwhelming. Ryder admitted he acknowledged that the weight jump will be a serious challenge for Crawford, but he's not ruling him out either. If anyone has the tools to handle it, mentally and physically, it's Crawford. Ryder praised Crawford's adaptability, technical precision, and ring intelligence, saying that if anyone can overcome the physical disadvantages, it's a fighter like him. Let me know if you'd like these added to the full 15-interview master script, a cinematic voiceover narration version, or a full Urdu translation formatted like a boxing documentary.
Go up 2 divisions. A lot of people in his camp believe that he's even going to stop him, but yeah, what's your thought?
If there's any man that could do it, it would be Terence Crawford, but I just think the sheer size of Canelo is going to be too much on the line.
But do you think size will be too much? I mean, you were in there with Canelo, you landed good shots and he took them, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Terence Crawford is an exceptional talent, but I think the size will be the factor on the night and it'd just be too big, too strong.
Terence Crawford is entering this fight with surgical focus. According to his team, he sees 2 clear paths to victory against Canelo Alvarez. Option 1, apply relentless pressure, break Canelo's rhythm, and overwhelm him with volume. Option 2, stick to precision, using slick defense, elite footwork, and counterpunching, the same blueprint Floyd Mayweather used to perfection. Crawford knows he doesn't have Mayweather's size advantage, but he trusts his speed, timing, and versatility. I'm a hybrid, Crawford said. I can switch from aggressor to tactician in a second. That's the key to solving the Canelo puzzle.
There's 2 things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, you know, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, you know. Yeah. Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo. You know, he is right, Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight, and he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back, and he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight, and that's why I like Canelo to win.
Veteran commentator Jim Lampley believes this bout goes beyond belts and weight classes. To him, it's a battle of pride and legacy. Yes, there's a size difference, Lampley admits. But both of these men are fueled by something bigger, the desire to be the best, no matter the odds. This fight isn't just physical. It's spiritual. It's about proving greatness beyond genetics.
You liking Canelo versus Crawford?
Well, I'm a giant Crawford fan because I think he's the best switch hitter since Marvin Hagler. I also think Canelo is slowing down, and Canelo is more of a one-punch fighter now than the combination fighter he was when he was younger.
Do you think Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
If Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. Why do you say that? Same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out.
Joe Rogan adds fuel to the growing sentiment that the timing favors Crawford. While he respects Canelo's greatness, Rogan has noticed a decline, slower feet, fatigue in later rounds, and an overall dip in urgency. Meanwhile, Crawford is peaking, dominating multiple weight divisions and improving with every fight. Crawford's sharp, focused, and hungry. He's still leveling up, Rogan observed. Canelo's elite, but he's not at his prime anymore. This fight is closer than people think.
Crawford is going to fight Canelo because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is two action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can, so to speak.
Max Kellerman doesn't hold back right now. Terence Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, he declares. While Kellerman respects Canelo's achievements, he argues that Crawford is the present and Canelo is slowly becoming the PH. He cites Canelo's recent struggles against Dmitry Bivol and even John Ryder as signs of vulnerability. Meanwhile, Crawford has looked flawless, undeniable, and untouched, regardless of weight class.
You know who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? Bud Crawford. Apologies to the monster and Usyk. Bud Crawford has my vote for best pound-for-pound. Who was the best pound-for-pound before Bud? Canelo Alvarez, universally recognized that way. But it's not just these two guys, the last two best pound-for-pound fighters in the world.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas offers a layered take. He calls Canelo a complete fighter, disciplined, polished, and always dangerous. But when it comes to Crawford, Atlas uses a word he rarely throws around: special. Crawford sees things others don't. Atlas said he adapts mid-fight, stays ice-cold under fire, and when it's time to close, he finishes with authority. He respects Canelo, but he recognizes greatness in Crawford that goes beyond talent, into instinct, intelligence, and that killer mindset.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, but I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Daniel Jacobs, who shared the ring with Canelo and studied Crawford closely, gives a unique inside view. Both are fast. But Crawford's speed, it's different. It's explosive, it's weird, it's unpredictable. Jacobs highlights Crawford's ability to switch stances, fire from awkward angles, and disrupt rhythm like no one else. He says that unpredictability could be the difference. If forced to choose, I'd lean toward Crawford. His timing, his IQ, his sharpness, he might just figure it out.
Sparring, but I had at least over 15 years of knowing him, amateur, professional. I've seen where he started. I've seen how he's gotten better over time, but I also just know what resides in him. He's a dog, he's a beast, and he's out to prove something too. So I'm excited about this fight. Canelo obviously is self-explanatory. There's really no need to go down the rabbit hole when it comes to him. But I do see this being as a 50-50 fight. But if I was a betting man, I would bet on Crawford. But also, too, you can't count Canelo out. I mean, would go in, I'm assuming, as the favorite, which is rightfully so.
A lot of people say that version that you fought was probably the best, Canelo Alvarez. And since then, obviously, naturally, he's slightly declined. Yeah. Do you see this decline that people talk about?
Well, I can see in increments because Canelo, which I've always said is an amazing legendary fighter, but he fights in spurts. So sometimes it takes for the opponent to actually initialize him giving the best. When he was faced with me, the opposition that I had and what I was giving him, it was just a lot. Whether it was boxing, whether it was coming forward, but most importantly, it was the punches and bunches. And so he was forced to either stand there, wait for the right time, or be combative and go back at it. So I think that's what Crawford may have to do. Push the pressure, make Canelo fight, or maybe just play it safe, win on points.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, is all in on his fighter. The longer we prepare, the better Bud gets, physically, mentally, emotionally. Bomac emphasizes that everything in this camp has been customized to handle Canelo, from nutrition and recovery to tape study and strategic sparring. We're not coming in guessing. We're coming in with a blueprint, and we're building a storm.
Different approach in terms of crafting a plan and going into camp.
No, not really. You know, we know the type of fighter Canelo is. So, you know, as a fighter, you mentally prepare for things like that. You know, and then as a trainer, you know, just making sure he's sharp. You know, his mental game is sharp. His physical game is sharp. You know, strength-wise, you know, nutrition is everything. Got to, like I said, hitting on all cylinders. So by the time you step in that ring, it's easy picking.
Rising welterweight star Jaron "Boots" Ennis takes a more measured approach. While he fully believes in Crawford's skill set, he's aware of the uphill battle. If Crawford can't make Canelo respect his power, it could get dangerous. Ennis emphasizes that skill alone doesn't win fights at higher weights. Physical impact matters, you've got to do damage. And for a smaller guy, that's not easy. He'll need to earn Canelo's respect early. Let me know if you'd like these added to the master interview set, 1 to 15, a complete voiceover script version, a YouTube-style Urdu commentary translation, or dramatic visual prompts for thumbnails and shorts.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. You know, it's gonna be a great fight. You know, the fans want to see it. So, you know, so be it.
Alexander Usyk, a man who has defied size expectations his entire career, views Crawford versus Canelo as a fair and fascinating matchup. He doesn't downplay the challenge. Moving up in weight is no joke. But to Usyk, Terence Crawford is still the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. Skill can erase size, Usyk said. And Crawford has plenty of skill. Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr., a man who's been in Crawford's corner before, sees the outcome coming down to one crucial factor: mindset. If Crawford shows up focused, with the right game plan, he can outthink and outmaneuver Canelo, Roy stated. But there's a warning: if Bud is even slightly off, if he lets emotion, nerves, or ego creep in, then Canelo will make him pay. That's how dangerous Canelo is. He waits for that one slip. To Roy Jones Jr., this fight isn't about strength, size, or speed, it's about execution under pressure. That's what will decide it all.
I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, you know, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, you know, to fill into somebody a little bit bigger, you know, and things like that. You know, I know when you go up in weight, you gotta, you know, develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavy and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.